So thank you for the introduction. We'll quickly, of course, we prepared, you know, this is like a cook in a cooking show. We have a little bit something prepared here. And basically what Daniel said, you can see, to add 2 sons, 3 cats, 1 husband, not in the order of importance. Reading, doing nifty things with the computer, hiking, that's kind of me. Richard.
Yeah, thanks for handing it over. I'm a self-employed coach, and I just add 1 cat, 1 wife, and another son. And what I did the weekend was actually baking bread and cooking marmalade. So I'm very relaxed and happy to be here. Thanks for inviting us. I didn't play the accordion though, so I have to do something for the rest of the week. Thanks a lot. Good to see you all here.
So with that said, and by the way, Richard, I did the bread baking. I also love.
Cool. So we should exchange.
So we should exchange recipes. Yes. So go to Mentimeter here. Use 4096603. And please, why does it say word cloud? Well, please give us an adjectives for people who helped you develop. So think of someone who was really helping you in your personal development, and what did they do to help you develop? How were they? Were they supportive? So we're looking for adjectives. So go. Why this? I did put in the question in the Mentimeter. It somehow didn't take it. Yes, there you go. We're starting to have some words. Looking good. Richard, I forgot what we said. Do you want to do the debrief of this one?
Yeah, I can do that. I can do it. So in the middle of the cloud, we have bigger words like supportive, but nevertheless challenging, and inspiring, and encouraging, and trustworthy, and open. So this is typically what we hear when we talk about what does a coach do, and how is a coach, and how should a coach be, and I like toxic. Toxic, hopefully in a good sense, that we not just challenge, but also give something into the veins of the clients that helps them to get a better immune system, maybe. And what we have here as well, straightforward, honest. Thanks a lot for making that. There are certain definitions what coaching is and what the coach does in distinction to other professional branches or industries that are kind of related to coaching. And I think we jump over to have a certain distinction to this, because what other advisors do is more or less similar to what we read here, right? So let's jump to a certain kind of rounding that up and distinction what is really coaching and what not. But we will watch something.
And yes, and we have a little again as the cook. We have prepared something. This is a little video by Sir John Whitmore, and Sir John Whitmore is basically one of the fathers of coaching. I think he passed away last year or the year before. And I met him at several conferences, was able to learn from him. He is the originator of the GROW model of coaching. Maybe you're familiar with that. And his book, Coaching for Performance, was one of the first coaching books in the universe. I think he and Tim Galway were the ones that started coaching as a profession, maybe in other senses, but sports coaching. And I'll show the video. It is a video recorded of a recording, but it's the only one that's available on YouTube, so please forgive the quality. I think the gist is still, you can still get the gist. Okay, so here is the video.
Ask, don't tell. Simple as it sounds, that's the message. To illustrate it, John is going to allow one accomplished golfer in the group to take a volunteer and tell them how to hit the ball, while John himself attempts to get another novice swinging effectively by doing nothing more than asking questions.
So, take a swing at a couple of them.
First of all, your feet should be roughly shoulders apart. Okay, so just stand like that. Yes, but that foot actually...
Just imagine yourself trying to cope with all the instructions Lindsay is about to receive.
You've got to grip the club. Hold your hands open like that. Okay? And put your fingers over the golf club so the thumbs are in line with the arms. And get your arms straight. Now, move your hands down the club. And the small finger at the back, can you just lock it over like that? Okay, now, that finger's supposed to be in line with your arm. So put that over like that. So no, let's go like that. So you're in line. Okay? Now what I'd like you to do is just swing at that ball. And then we'll take it from there. Full swing.
Meanwhile, instead of telling Mandy, John coaches her by just asking her questions.
Find out what you notice when you're swinging at the ball, where you're paying attention, what you're looking at, what you're feeling, anything that you notice when you go ahead and do this, yeah? Okay?
Wants to hit the ball.
Okay, so you're
more or less concentrating on the ball.
You're concentrating on seeing the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Weigh up for yourself the advantages and disadvantages of these contrasting coaching techniques. The two key things John's trying to achieve with his questions are raising awareness and generating responsibility.
Just tell me what part of your body feels more awkward than the rest. You might want to divide yourself in two and start off by saying, well, arms and shoulders. Let's see how that feels this time. And then next time I'll check out below the waist. See how that's it. Okay? So just tell me what's going on this time.
It doesn't feel very fluid.
Doesn't feel very fluid. Okay. Feels you're making an effort. So you would like to hit the ball in a fluid way, is that right? Okay, so let's make a fluidness scale, all right, where 10 is very fluid and 0 is very awkward, all right? Let's just tell me where this is on that scale. Just hit this one and tell me where it is on the scale. About 5, okay.
Now keep that side, imagine that side being against a wall. So keep it straight. And if you're swinging back then hit, remembering that side is flat against the wall. Okay? Right, now just go back a bit. Your shoulders need to be straight. You've got one shoulder down like that, okay? So can you keep both shoulders still and your head down looking at the ball? Okay? Now, can you also bend your knees a bit?
What else would you like to do? What would be the next step for you? Is there some other area of discomfort, or would you like to add in something? Next step for improvement for you. If you wanted something else in your golf, what would it be?
I'd like to do one of those nice sort of high ones.
You'd like to hit it high?
A powerful one.
Okay, let's come back to our scale again. Let's just make a scale so we know what we're working with. Hit one and then tell me where that is on your power scale with 10 high.
A 6.
Okay.
It's more like it.
By the time this session finished, Mandy and Lindsay were both hitting the ball much better than when they started. But Mandy had reached her success through a process in her control, which she shaped, and most importantly, which she now owns. Because she made her own discoveries, the experience had a big impact on her. You can almost feel the pleasure she gets from acquiring a new skill.
Got it.
You've done it, haven't you? I can't believe this. Oh, well done.
You looked as if you really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did. It was absolutely amazing. I can't believe that he can make me even hit the ball properly and do anything else. It was incredible.
Did he make you do it?
No, he didn't. No.
Who was doing it?
Me.
Was he telling you how to do it?
No, not at all. He didn't tell me how to do it at all. He just made me more aware of what I was actually doing. It's incredible.
So, Danny already guessed our question that was going to be next. So Danny, thank you. You are being a perfect participant. I love it when participants segue naturally into what we were going to do anyway. What's the difference between the coaching approach and the telling approach? And maybe if you can draw some conclusions about your work as an Agile coach, that would be super duper. Thank you for the Vimeo. Very good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Great comments. Yeah, interesting. What if the person we're coaching doesn't know what good is? Sometimes we need to tell them. Yes, sometimes, yeah. I think that leads us into and Richard, just chime in.
Yeah, very good. And that one of the questions is, can you coach only using questions for everything? I would say mostly for everything, but sometimes the process goes faster if I show someone how to do it. Right, you're perfectly right. Sometimes persons are not in full scope of their abilities. Then we need to go to kind of heal something that is hurt. So I'm talking about therapy here. And sometimes we just need to give some advice that is rather consulting than coaching. And all of these four together make the skills that usually are necessary for supporting persons as a whole. But of course, we will talk about what is coaching and what is coaching not in the next couple of minutes. So when you, what would you say? What is the main difference between coaching, therapy, consulting, and training? We summarized a little bit on the next slides. Shall I go on, Kirsten, and then you jump in with the next slide?
Sure. Yep.
Good. Okay. So professional coaching, as you can see here, focuses on setting the goals and the outcomes and managing change. But sometimes there's not enough resources on the client side. So we need to do some, or the client needs healing, needs to correct dysfunctions and need to solve conflicts and resolve difficulties. And coaching more or less supports the growth based on self-initiated change and actionable outcomes. It's more or less future focused rather than therapy, which is like more historic or biography focused and dealing with the present in healthy ways. And the coaching emphasis in a relationship and action and accountability and following through the process. And there are two other things that are sometimes mixed up with coaching. This is training and consulting, and Kirsten will tell a little bit about these two distinctions.
I loved how you said that sometimes the client doesn't know something, doesn't know what good is, or doesn't have skills. And I think as Agile coaches, probably you're not doing therapy, but from what I know of Agile coaches, you do sometimes also train or consult. And the distinction that I love is, you could say a client has a question, and this question either is in the form of a little seedling, like a little plant coming out of the earth, or it's in the form of a water glass. If it's a water glass question, it's something the client doesn't know, information the client doesn't have, and then you just pour the water into the water glass and that's fine. So it's like, how do I document this? Where is the railway station? You're not going to say, suppose you found the way to the railway station. You're just going to tell the person this is where the railway station is. A seedling question, you need to water and nourish so that it can grow. And that's where coaching comes in. So consulting, you diagnose, you help, you create a path, you implement. Coaching, the clients generate their own solution and you're not in prescribing any kind of solution. Training, as was already mentioned, is based on objectives set out by the trainer. So if the team doesn't necessarily want to be agile, but somehow there is an agile initiative, then you are a little bit like a trainer. the objectives are clarified in the coaching process. The training, the objective is set by the training instructor. And training has a predefined pathway from not knowing to knowing, whereas coaching is less linear, more explorational. And these are the definitions of the International Coaching Federation. And I love the first sentence, and it's really my credo as a coach: partnering with clients in a thought-provoking and creative process that inspires them to maximize their personal and professional potential. And coaches honor the client as an expert in his or her life and work, and believe every client is creative, resourceful, and whole. The ICF then had a look at, okay, so what do we do as coaches to make that happen? And I'll share a little bit about how the core competencies of the ICF were developed. But first, what I'll do is I'll put the core competencies into the chat room so you can, I cannot share them, yuck. Okay, then I have to copy and paste because sharing is probably in a sensible way disabled. Here, and the next. So these are the 8 core competencies. And what the ICF did was conduct a thorough and very serious job analysis of what coaches actually do to make this happen, and came up with these core competencies. Demonstrates ethical practice, embodies, so ethical practice meaning confidentiality, coaching ethics, embodies a coaching mindset, that's what we just saw, establishes and maintains agreements, so agreeing with the client what this is going to be about, creating clear agreement about the coaching relationship process, plans, and goals. Cultivates trust and safety with the client, creating a safe and supportive environment. And I think you could see how this is easier in coaching than in training or in telling. Being present with the client, being there, not doing other things, not being on your phone while you're talking with your client, being truly present and responsive. Listening actively, using the client's words, supporting the client's self-expression, not interrupting. Evoking awareness, using tools like powerful questions, metaphor, silence, to enable the client to find out things by him or herself. And then facilitating client growth, partnering with the client to transform learning and insight into action. And what we would like to invite you to do is take one competency per breakout room. So we're going to put you in 8 breakout rooms, and then see how this competency links to your Agile coaching. So is it relevant at all in your situations? Is it something that describes your work as well? What linkages can you see? What questions develop? And after the breakout rooms, try and find 2 or 3 sentences for us to be able to know what you were up to in discussing. And I'm going to also share more detailed descriptions of the core competencies in the chat room, so you can refer to those in your breakout rooms. And I have to do that now, and it's going to take me a little bit. Maybe, Richard, if there's things that you can add while I am copying and pasting.
Yeah, shall I assist you? Oh, okay. So the task is look to the definitions that we found, or that ICF has founded and written down. They are brand new, actually. Up to the time being, we are talking about 11 core competencies. Simplification took place in the last months. So from next year on, if you want to get certified by ICF, you will be tested according to these 8 new core competencies. They are available in several languages, and the 8 core competencies we will talk about now in the 8 breakout rooms. So when you are in breakout room number 1, you will talk about core competence number 1. So for instance, what is in Agile, and in the Agile environment, what do we talk about ethics? In breakout room number 2, you will talk about what is a coaching mindset when it comes to agility or to Agile environments, and so on. So with breakout room number 8, you will talk about what do we do in Agile environments to facilitate our team members or our clients' growth. What does growth mean in Agile environments? What do we do when we are facilitating our teams, our clients? And what does that mean in an Agile environment? So when we split and we come together in
15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
And we need to unmute everyone so that they can speak, I guess, before.
Good. Dropping back.
Yes. It's always like Star Trek, you know, and suddenly you're there.
Yeah. Bring me back.
Mark, can you let us know when everyone's back?
Everybody should be back now.
So could the people in breakout room number 1 just quickly share 1 or 2 sentences in the chat room of what they came up with?
I think now.
Or everybody can share and just type the core competencies before you're sharing. I think that'll make it faster.
Yeah,
so right, kind of CC to coaching mindset. Yes, very good. John's got it. Yep. So establishes and maintains agreement, just the same in Agile coaching. Yep. And I guess with the different hats you're wearing as an Agile coach, it's even more important to set goals with the people that you're coaching and agree on them.
Mm-hmm. Would you say it's more informal on the Agile side, or is it formal as well, like written agreements, or how would you say that? Number 3, we end up regretting it. Okay, yeah, true. It's even more complex, okay, because you have a system, yeah, okay. Coaching mindset, yeah.
Checking, yes. PDCA cycle, very good. Yep. Yeah, very good. Evoking awareness is the same. Be aware, as number 6, being aware of your bias, put away preconceptions, very good. A blog by John, very cool. Asking question, reframing, mirroring by evoking awareness. Defining what they want to achieve, maintaining presence. Need self-management and let go of thinking ahead and looking for your, yes, that's a big one. You're not going to be present with your client if you're thinking of how can I solve his problem? That's not going to fly.
Thanks, John, for sharing your blog. We will check it out, of course. Being a mirror, that is good. Yeah, let's do one. Yeah.
Cultivate trust and safeties, overlap with the Scrum values. Yes, definitely. Commitment, courage, focus, openness. Yep. So you see there is a lot of similarity between Scrum values and ICF values. Yep, ethics connecting to trust. So it's hard to see if there's still stuff in the pipeline. Just going to check the other.
Yeah, I think we have everything at least mentioned once, from 1
yeah.
to 8. Yeah. 7, 6. Very good.
So maybe we can move on since we're short of time. Don't forget to save the chat. I think you can as a participant by pressing the little buttons more, save chat. And if you want, by way of closing, one word from everyone. What are you taking away from the session? And Daniel, to your question, why is there always the distinction between Agile coaching and professional coaching? That is a very good question. Because really, is there? So what are you taking? Clarity, coaching competency, certifications, self-awareness, client focus. Coaching versus instruction, confidence.
Focus, very good. Yeah.
Thank you, Geoff. That's very enlightening. If you want to learn more on the ICF coachfederation.org website, there's tons of material, so check that out.
Yeah.
John, yes, I'm all for it. Let's do a coaching video on 2020, more modern version.
That is true, yeah.
I was made to learn golf as a kid, and I hated it. And in that one workshop with John Whitmore, being coached that way, I learned more than in 4 years working with a pro. Instructions how to save a chat. There are 3 little dots next to the chat box. If you click those, it says more, and then you say save chat. Okie dokie. Only for hosts, save chat? No, I think it's for everyone.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, click on the 3 dots and you should have it on the first line above. Yeah.
So I guess we're done for today. And if you want to connect, we are available on LinkedIn. And yeah, happy to talk more. Thank you for today. And I guess back over to the team, Richard.
Yeah, thanks a lot for hosting. Thanks a lot for giving us the possibility to get into contact and to talk a little bit. Yeah, looking forward to seeing you in other slots on these on this week, let's say, these days. Thanks a lot. Have a good day. Have a good week.